Hello and welcome to part 7 of the Unity Engine third-person shooter tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm gonna focus on weapon switching. I'm gonna create an extra weapon and I'm gonna switch between them. So sorry for the late update. I was kind of busy with work and stuff. I'll try to update the videos faster if I could. So let's start with a few minor fixes first. The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the animator and to the right hand layer. I kind of forgot to uncheck these guys. Yes, this guy as well. The same thing for the left hand, I think. Yeah, we don't need to exit time for the transition. And we also need to make a few changes in our, let's say, player animation, I guess. Let me find it. I think it was in the animator IK. Yeah, I kind of accidentally used elbow instead of left hand weight. So I'm just gonna go with left hand weight. Yeah, I just typed it wrong. And one more thing, I guess it's in the player weapon. Yeah, it's here. Okay, let me find it. Yeah, here in the update function of our player weapon. I'm gonna say if stage is less than 4, go for the reload pose. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do an else here, and I'm gonna copy all of these guys and paste them here. Yeah, and instead of crouch reload, I'm gonna say crouch slider and standing slider. I'm gonna go down on the update function a little bit. So yes, here as well we need to add 2 more conditions and pose and rotation. The same thing here. Okay, and that's as well. And here, if you remember, we created a function for this in our tools, so why not use that? That's better. Tools dot, this is position, so I'm gonna say check position reached. And I'm gonna just cut this guy as the first parameter. And the second guy for here. I'm just gonna delete that. I'm gonna add an mark here, so this happens only when it returns false. We have an error. Yep, we need a fault here. Let's say 0.1. And this guy needs a transform. We don't need to do the position. So that's that. And also for here, for the rotation, I'm gonna do the same thing because we've created a good function that does this for us, makes it a little bit more smooth. So this is gonna be the parameters, and I'm gonna say 1 degree of fault gonna be okay. Let's delete that and add the mark here. So I think we're done with the fixes. So yeah, let's check see what's happening. Okay, Let's check out the reload. A cool reload. I really like the reload system. Let's go for the weapon. Yeah, and define the variables we need. Well, for switch we don't need much things. Let's just create a public class and name it let's say switch data. We don't do switch like this. Switch data. Okay, and it's gonna get two parameters, two elements. The first one, of course, is gonna be a transform, and this is gonna be the holster position. And the second one would be a public body bone holster parent. So and let's create it here. Also make sure it's system serializable. I don't need to use system here. I think I'm doing the using system here. Yeah, so that's unnecessary. Yes, serializable, and let's do the public what's called switch data equals to new switch data. So that's for that. Also, yeah, I think we're done in the weapon. We don't need anything more with this guy. Let's do the player weapon then. Normally in the start we're gonna initialize and this is gonna happen, but right now we need to step up our game a little bit. Let's see what we have. Yeah, debug. Let's say above here I'm gonna create another header and call it, what should we call it? We should call it weapon. Yeah, and this weapon guy is gonna, oh, first let's say we have a weapon here. This is our weapon that's been assigned. Come on, compile, dude. Yeah, this is the weapon here. What this, all of these guys are. We only need these three guys. The rest are just gonna make our inspector go crazy. Actually, let's hide them. Yeah, let's say I'm not using system. Let's use system. Okay, non-serializable, non-serialized. I'm just gonna use Control C and Control V to paste it for all of these guys here. What else we need? Move speed and rotate speed. Yeah, let's leave them public. Maybe we wanted to change them. And what else we have public? Yeah, we have reloading public, which we don't need. Pose data. What is pose data? Yeah, we also need to hide the pose data. Yeah, we don't need it to be visible in the inspector. Okay, well, as I was talking, the weapon, we have it like this. I'm gonna just comment this guy out. Well, a lot of errors. Okay, instead of doing that, I'm gonna say public an array of weapons, and let's just say it's null, so we didn't get a warning. Yeah, when we don't assign them, it just gives us warning. What else? Yeah, I was talking about a weapon. We create an array and also an integer. Actually, let's do the integer above this guy. Public integer, and this is going to be our current weapon. And yeah, it's usually the zero, index 0. The current weapon is the index of the weapon that is currently in the player's hand, and this array is containing those weapons. And whatever, how many weapons are in these weapons doesn't matter. We just switch between them, and we just change the current weapon, and it kind of changes everything. So we removed the weapon here, and we went kind of crazy with all these errors. I'm not gonna go fix them all one by one. Instead, I'm just gonna create a public, what we call it, public boolean, I guess. What is it? Oh, public weapon. Why boolean? Public weapon, and we say get. When we get this guy, first of all, we're gonna check the current weapon. So when the current weapon is greater or equal than 0, which means it's not less than 0, and also the current weapon is less than what? Less than weapon is dot length. Why is not click? Okay. Whenever we have the current weapon index is a reasonable index, is a valid index of the weapons, okay, we just simply say return that guy for us. Return the current weapon. Oh, we return the weapons.current weapon. Yeah. Otherwise, if it's not a reasonable index, just go ahead and return null. Yep. All the errors you see got fixed. Piece of cake. Let's just remove that guy. We don't need that. So that is that. Wow, it got 99 references. Wow, a lot of references. Let's see what else we can do. Let's say first of all, let's go to input, set up the input for the I'm gonna just Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V, copy this guy. I'm gonna say next weapon, and I'm gonna do the same thing for previous weapon. Yeah, previous weapon and next weapon. And I'm gonna come here and say float wheel. It's the mouse wheel, middle mouse, and I'm gonna say input dot get axis. What axis we get? I guess it's called mouse space scroll wheel. I guess I forgot the scroll wheel. By default it's called this. If I'm not mistaken, let's check though to be sure. And input, yeah, that's the correct name of the input. To just be sure. So next weapon is gonna be whenever our wheel input is greater than 0. Yeah, then it's gonna go for the next weapon, and the previous weapon is gonna be whenever our wheel is less than 0, of course, and that's gonna be that. Also in our player locomotion, where is it? Oh, this is player animation, player locomotion. We need here. So we say if, let's say if, yeah, let's change this a little bit. We say if it's not reloading, and player input, where is it? I kind of like to use a mouse and keyboard together, not like most people who use both hands with keyboard. What I was gonna do, reload. So yeah, we say if we're not reloading, if you hit the reload, go do reload. Else if player input dot next weapon. If you hit the next weapon, do the next weapon, and if you did the previous weapon, of course, yeah, do the previous weapon. Of course, we need to do them before, after we did the player weapon functions. So let's do a function here, say public void change weapon or switch weapon. Yeah, let's go do the switch weapon. And it's gonna get an integer, and this integer is gonna be, yeah, well, whatever, doesn't matter. Let's say I. Let's go to player locomotion. I'm gonna say player weapon dot switch weapon, and it's gonna be +1, which means go forward 1 index. Why am I keep mistaping the switch? I don't know. Switch. Yeah. And for the previous weapon, say player weapon dot switch weapon. Yeah, still mistyped. Let's, yeah, switch. I don't know. Makes me wonder. Okay, and for the switch weapon, do for the previous weapon, do the -1, which means go back 1 index. Okay, so that's that. Where is it? Player weapon, and let's do this guy. So we're gonna say current weapon. It's gonna be plus and equals to I. We're gonna add the I to it. If it's -1, it's gonna remove 1 from the current weapon. Otherwise, it's gonna add 1 to it. If the current weapon is greater than, let's say, is greater than weapons dot length greater and or equal, then we say current weapon equals to -1. -1 is the index when we're not have when we don't have any weapon in our hands. Our hands are empty. All our weapons are holstered, and yeah, we don't have any weapons in our hand. And we say else if our current weapon is less than -1, then go ahead and say current weapon equals to weapons dot length -1, which will be the index of the last weapon. I'm gonna create another function, public void equip weapon, and it's gonna get an index index of the weapon we want to equip, and we're saying here in our switch weapon, equip the current weapon. So we say current weapon equals to index. I know it's kind of weird why we're calling the current weapon here and then we assign it here, because sometimes we might wanna call the equip weapon from somewhere else, you know, and equip a certain weapon without using switch. So this is necessary. It's kind of necessary. Actually, let's make this public so we could call it somewhere else. And we say if weapon, actually if current weapon is current weapon is greater or equals than 0, and current weapon is less than weapons.length well actually let's do something else instead, because all these conditions is currently being called from here. Yeah, so we need to check if the weapon is null or not. If weapon is not equals to null, yeah, do this. Otherwise, do that. Do this. What is this? It is initialize. What happens in the initialize? It's gonna initialize this. All this that we previously wrote, and we don't need to do it in the start anymore. Yeah, we're gonna remove the start. Instead, we do this. Well, actually, in start, instead of this, I'm just gonna say equip weapon, current weapon. Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of better. Don't remove start actually. And here when we say initialize, otherwise the current weapon would be -1 in the state, the index, which we don't have any weapon in our hands. And after the condition, we say for. I wrote for and double tapped the tab key, and it wrote the rest of the statement for me. Anyway, let's say weapons dot length, and for all weapons, loop through the weapons. And the first thing, check if the current weapon, the index of the current weapon is not equals to I. If it's not, then holster the weapon. So how we're gonna holster it? Let's see. Do we have a reference to the animator? Yes, this is the guy here. Yeah, we're getting the animator. All right. The first thing we do, we say weapon. This is gonna return the current weapon for us. Dot. Oh, next, not actually the current. We don't need the current weapon. We do the weapons I. Dot. Let's say transform. Dot parent would be the animator. Dot get bound transform weapons I. Dot switch data dot parent holster parent. Easy. And we do also, the first thing we do, we're gonna make sure the we forgot the S here. We make sure the transform dot local position is equals to vector3.0, and we'll make sure the rotation and position of the root weapon, not the model. the root is gonna be 0, and the rotation, of course, let's do the transform dot local Euler angles, also gonna be vector 3 0. Okay, and we're gonna come here and say weapons I dot model. After we make sure the root is in the place, we say the model dot position would be weapons I dot switch data dot holster position dot position, and we say the rotation should be also set for the model. Yeah, this will set it easily. What else we need to do? Nothing, I guess. Yep, we're done pretty much. Let's do the check. Well, I'm getting a warning. Chest bone, yeah, we don't need that guy. Yeah, pretty much we are done. Let's check out the results, and I'm not gonna go to full screen because we need to adjust the weapon. Okay. Oh, I kind of forgot to assign the weapon. Current weapon is index 0, and here's the weapon. I'm just gonna drag and drop our weapon to this weapons guy, and I'm gonna play. Here we go, we got the weapon, we can reload, and yeah, easy. And when I roll the mouse wheel, it's just gonna give us a null reference because we didn't set the switch data. Yeah, so easy. The switch data is gonna be easy. Just create an empty game object and say, yeah, holster point. This is gonna be holster point added here, and for the rifle, it's a rifle. I'm gonna do the parent to chest. Yeah, for example, for pistol, I'm gonna do it to upper right leg, which I'm gonna do in a few minutes. Just for now, let's all set the rifle first. Let's play and see. I'm gonna roll the mouse and the weapon got switched, see. Okay, let's do a minor fix first. In the initialize, it's kinda weapon model dot local position. It's gonna set it to pose equals to standing normal. I guess this shouldn't be local position. Yeah, let's say position and rotation in the initialize. Let it compile, and yep, yeah, now it's better. Okay, I'm gonna switch to holster, and you see it's kind of weirdly goes into the player's body. Okay, what happened? Yeah, I clicked here, I should have clicked here. Okay, find the weapon. Here is the weapon, and find the model here. You don't need to change the holster because it's not gonna do anything. Yeah, do the model, because it's not updating every frame. It just sets it once to the holster point. The model once gets set to holster point, and that's it. We don't need to set it every frame. Let's tweak the model then. I'm gonna just do it like this. You've probably seen a lot of this holster things in the battle royal games like PUBG and what is called Fortnite, I think. Yeah, the weapon just gets here. Okay. Yeah, I think this is good. Looks fine to me. I'm just gonna copy this guy data and paste it on holster point. So let's apply the changes. Next time I'm gonna play this, whenever I roll the mouse wheel, it's gonna just holster the weapon for me. Yeah, easy. Oh, it's why it's aiming. Yeah, let's add the condition to player locomotion to make sure it's not gonna aim whenever we're not holding any weapon in our hand. If player aiming equals to this and blocked, and also let's add an extra condition, a player weapon dot weapon is not equals to null. I don't need to say it's not equals to null, but I'm just gonna write it down just for you guys. Maybe some of you are still new to coding. So okay, let's do this. Okay, it's time to create another weapon. So it's kind of tricky and kind of complex. I'm just hit Control D. I'm gonna duplicate this guy. So I'm just gonna name this pistol. This is gonna be my second weapon. Let's actually grab them down here to see them. This is gonna be my pistol. The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna make a prefab out of this. Make sure the first thing you do, you make a prefab, because if you don't, any changes to apply this, any changes that you made here and you apply it, it's also gonna apply to this guy, to the rifle, and you don't want that. So make this a prefab the first thing you do. And okay, the second thing, I'm gonna bring the model of the pistol. This is the package we're using, Polygon, and I think we have them here. Pistol, here it is. I'm just gonna drag and drop it under the root. Okay, why I might not be able to change it? Let's apply and open the prefab so we could change it there. So I'm gonna open the prefab here. Okay, this is exactly the rifle. The only thing we added was the pistol model. Here it is, the pistol model. I'm gonna just set it to 0, and this pistol is gonna be replacing this guy. But before we delete the rifle, first we need to bring some of the stuff over here to the pistol. Okay, the first thing we do, we're gonna bring the shared hand eye case. I'm gonna hold Control and select multiple game objects using that. I'm also bring the muzzle. I'm gonna drag and drop them under the pistol. That's the first thing we do. We also have a few more things. We need to bring this guy here under the slider and this guy under the magazine. These two game objects as well. So the magazine of the rifle, the game object mag insert point, I'm gonna drag and drop it to the pistol magazine. And under the rifle slider, this is a mag slider point, I'm gonna drag and drop it to the pistol slider. Okay, easy. And anything we have here? Nope, I don't think we have anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and click this guy and hit delete. I'm gonna delete the model, and this pistol I'm just gonna rename it to model. This is gonna be our new model, and I'm gonna select the pistol. We have a few missing references. Okay, the first thing is the model itself assigned, just like that. The second is the magazine and a slider. So the magazine is gonna be this guy here. That's the magazine, and the slider is gonna be this guy here. We also need to change the magazine prefab though. Projectile is good, muzzle flash is good. We can use the same thing for most of the weapons. Do we have something here? Yeah, these guys all needs to be okay. The switch data, as I said, I'm gonna parent the pistol on player's right foot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and right upper leg. It's gonna be the parent of our holster point. That's one more thing. And the reload stuff we're gonna do later, just for now. The poses, of course, we're gonna tweak later, and by later I mean in a few minutes. And don't worry, not in the next tutorials. Yeah, I think we're done. Let's get out of the prefab. So the first thing, let's create the magazine. I'm gonna copy this guy, the magazine of the pistol, paste it here, remove the mag insert point, we don't need it. Here it is. Let's rename it to pistol. Actually, this is a Glock, I think. Is it? I'm not good with weapon names. Yeah, what the hell? Let's just say it's a Glock. Because we might have multiple pistols, you know. Multiple types of pistols. And let's just name this Glock as well. Okay, here's the magazine. I'm just gonna hide the bullet. And I'm gonna drag and drop it here. Oh, of course we need to add the rigid body and the box collider, not rigid body, to the rigid body and box collider. So yeah, I'm just gonna apply this and get rid of it, delete it. Let's go to weapons prefabs, rename this also to Glock. Okay, so we have this, and let's go to magazines and change the mag prefab. Piece of cake. So our pistol is set. Okay, but the the transforms are kind of weird. I'm gonna show you in a little bit. See how it is. I'm gonna also add the Glock to the weapons array. Now we have two weapons on the player weapon script. So the first thing I'm gonna do, let's assign the insert the holster point. As you see, the pistol is kinda in the weird position right now. Let's switch to pistol. Yeah, let's back to rifle. No weapon, both weapons are holstered. Pistol, rifle. Okay, let's do the pistol. So the first thing, let's do the holster point. I'm gonna start one by one and set everything for the pistol. So here, as you see under the player's chest, we have both the rifle and the pistol here. So we're gonna go for the pistol, and okay, let's holster the pistol. Okay, as we did before for the rifle, what happened to the pistol? Okay, yeah, it went under the right leg. As we did for the rifle, I'm gonna do the pistol holster position too. So we change the model. As I said, we don't change the holster point because it's not gonna update every frame. It just sets it once, so we need to update. We change the model. Oh, thankfully our character have a place for the weapon. It's kind of cool. Okay. Yeah, this is good enough. Oh, let's first rotate it. Yeah, I think this is good. I'm just gonna copy the component data and paste, not on the model, under the pistol or Glock and holster point. I'm gonna paste it here. So let's play. Okay, we have the pistol, and we can kind of switch between them easily. Yeah, here it is. Whenever we switch, it's kind of easily switches between all the weapons. Okay, let's do the standing normal first for our pistol, because right now it's copying the rifle pose and we don't want that. Actually, let's first change the hand-eye case. As I said in the previous tutorial, we don't need to do it for all the poses. Just one shared icon for all poses would do. It's gonna make our job a lot easier. So under the player chest, our Glock, and under the model, here's the shared hand eye key. We have right hand. Let's do the right hand first. Come on. Yeah, you can put a lot of time to this and get really cool results. But right now I'm just gonna do it like this. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm copying this guy. Pause, stop the game, go to Glock model, shared icon right hand, and paste the values. So for the left hand, on the for the left, I'll actually, let's do the left hand as well. I'm gonna show something cool about this system. We can do. Oh, okay, left hand, where is it? Here it is. Oh, where is going? Come here. Yeah. How they hold a weapon with both hands? I think it's like this. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's something like this. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Let's just say it's like this. So I'm gonna copy this, paste the components to the left hand, and we're done with the model, with the hand shared hand eye case. Now we need to change the poses. We have a lot of poses here. Actually, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 poses, and let's actually rename them as standing normal. And let's bring the standings all together. Okay, it's prefab, we can't change it here, so let's apply it, open it, and change it here. Yeah, I'm gonna just bring all the standings to one place, and I'm gonna copy everything for the crouch as well, but you could do the crouch separately if you have time. If you want to put a lot of time to it and get cool results. So let's do the standing normal and standing aimed first, and I'm gonna show you a cool thing here which we could do. First thing we could do for our pistol, actually it's kind of bringing the rifle every time we play. Let's do the pistol in this one. Okay, so one thing we could do for our standing normal, which is this pose that currently you see for our pistol. Let's see, where is it? Here is it, standing normal pose. The first thing we could do, we could just create a pose like this when the player holds the weapon with both hands, grabs it like this. You've seen this in kind of movies and games stuff. Yeah, you could do it like this, and also set the elbows. Yeah, to get a cool result. Okay, or you could just make it like that player holds the weapon with one hand, and the other hand, the left hand, it's just gonna be hanging there, not on the weapon. How? I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna get the weapon, bring it here to the right side of the player, I kind of like to do it like this, so I'm just gonna do it. Kind of bring it here, make sure it has a actually you could do it whatever you like it. So yeah, something like this would be cool. Also rotate it like this. Yeah, I think this is looking nice. And as you see, the left hand is just killing itself to reach the weapon. We're gonna fix that later. Just for now, let's copy this for standing normal and let's paste it. And I'm gonna show you how to fix the left hand thing. If you look at here, the hands you see, but if you select the weapon, go to the root of the weapon, the game object that has the weapon script attached to it, and if you open the properties and standing normal, here's the data for a standing normal pose. We just simply say the left hand animation should be 0 and the left hand weight should also be 0, and easy, just like that. You have one hand attached to the pistol, the other hand is just freely moving, and it's kind of looking cool. See? Just like that. You even could change the elbows. No, actually, it's kind of good. I don't have to change it. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to rifle, to pistol. Easy like that. It's gonna be the pistol, and when I aim, it's just gonna aim with both hands. Just like that. Oh, actually, let's stop the game and make the changes permanent. 0 and left hand weight 0. Just like that in the standing normal. But we could do the same thing in the crouch normal, but still we need to tweak it. Or maybe, yeah, right hand, left hand weight 0, animation for the left hand 0. Crouched aimed and crouch and standing aimed should be also set. Let's do the crouch normal first. Actually, let's do the aim first, then we're gonna go for crouch. Let's do the standing first. So we did the standing normal. Let's go for the standing aimed. I'm gonna play this. So here is our pistol, and we had, if you remember, we had this aim debug in our player camera, I guess. Nope, not in the player camera. Player animation, maybe? Nope. Then where are you, guy? Yeah, here it is in player locomotion. When we check this, it's just gonna go ahead and aim. I'm gonna come over here to player weapon Glock, and yeah, it's working. It's a little bit moving. I should fix that later, but for now, let's do the, oh, we don't need to expand the model. I'm just gonna collapse it. So under the Glock, in the poses, we already did the standing normal. It's time to do a standing aimed, the current position that we're seeing right here. So let's tweak it a little bit, see how it goes. Okay. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, this is good. I'm gonna copy this and paste it here. Let's check out the elbows as well. Go to player, aim debug, and this is a standing aimed pose. Yeah, why is this moving like this? And the weird thing is it's fine here. When I look at the certain direction, it's gonna just gets jumpy. Okay, that's a fix for another part of the video. Here I'm just gonna go check out the elbows. Yeah, this is a good pose for this elbow. Right elbow. And the left elbows, let's just say it was fine. Let's go full screen and see what we got for now. We got the pistol looking cool, like this guy about to kick some ass. And yeah, the slider kind of works fine. Okay, let's do, yeah, right now I can't aim because of the fix we did. And here's the rifle. And the pistol. Okay, yeah. Oh, I was gonna check the crouch. Yeah, it's actually looking good on the crouch. Not on the aimed crouch though. And one more thing, let's also check the reload. Yeah, we need to fix that as well. Actually, before the crouch, let's just go for the reload first. For the reload, let's remove the full screen thing. And let's go for the debugs. Mag grab debug. It's gonna be like this. So the left hand is gonna go grab the magazine. That looks cool. Actually, the pose for the mag grab point. It's mag grab point is cool. You know, we don't need to change it. I think that's a good point. Let's go for the reload. Assign reload. The pose of the reload. It's actually cool too, but yeah. This is much better. Copy and paste the values. Let's just do this for the crouch as well. So yeah, let's play. Debug, as you see, looking cool. Insert. insert, it's gonna be the mag insert point. It's under the player magazine. Here it is, the weapon magazine. Yeah, I think this is good. We just needed a little bit rotation. Okay, mag insert. I'm just gonna paste the values, play it again. The last thing we're gonna do is the slider. The slider is also a game object under the slider. So let's rotate it. Okay, I think this is nice. Copy it, paste the values. Okay. Yeah, I think we're done with the Glock reload. Let's apply and check out the reload. Okay. Yeah. Pre-insert offset needs to be tweaked. Pre-insert offset is, here it is in the reload data. What this pre-insert offset is the offset of hand. Let me play this first, tell you when it's mag insert debug. Here it is. This is when the player inserts the magazine, and the pre-insert, where is it? The pre-insert offset is actually the offset of the hand from here, from this pose. You know, the offset where the hand goes there first, then comes to this pose. So let's first set it to 0. Do the reload. So I think one more thing we kind of forgot to change. To set, after we set the mag insert debug, we should have came to the right hand, player's right hand. Or left hand maybe. Yeah, our reload thing is the left hand. Yeah, here it is. Copy this guy and paste it to this mag hold point. And let's check it out now. See if it made any difference. Yeah, it made a lot of difference. It made it look better. Okay, okay, it's perfect. We also set the reload for the pistol. Yeah, crouch reload pose needs to be changed. As I said, it needs time, you know. You could take your time, change the poses. I actually don't have a lot of time because the video is getting too long. You could change the poses, you know, and get the result which the hand is not gonna go through any mesh, and everything's gonna look cool and stuff like that. That's up to you, you know, up to your mood and how much time you wanna put on it to get the result as real as realistic as you can. But for now, let's just check this out. We have something cool like this with our pistol. Of course, the fire rate is a little bit high, and the rifle, we could switch between them and easily as this guy, as it is. I'm gonna do more stuff in the next video. The video really got too long. So if you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up, and if you want to get notified when the next videos get released, please subscribe to my channel to also support me, and thanks for watching.